And you're not connected to any Discord, are you? Well, we're just gonna have to hope that you guys work this out. I'm gonna have to share this later as a video. But if you happen to have found this somehow because YouTube wanted to severely kick my butt this morning or afternoon, then yeah. All right, cool. So we don't have much time. So we're going to go through pretty much what is Project Stars and everything about it. I'm going to share my review, my feelings on it, how it was good, how it was played. Um, we're doing a stream today because we don't know in terms of the time zones this game is under. It is in the C region, but the hour differences could be either or, and I just not sure how to confirm the time zones for the game. So did it automatically change it back? How dare you? Oh, I'm not allowed to have 60 frames per second because apparently my phone can't handle it. So what we'll do is we will start on the clan base. We'll start there and then talk about everything else. But what I will tell you from the very get-go on my feelings of the game is it has, out of all the survival games I've played so far, this game by far has probably the most potential ever. It's the only game that gives you a world or whatever to explore in a way. Oh hey Ryan Ghost, what's up, bro? Look, man, I did the stream sooner so you can turn up and all that. Let me just teleport home, right? So the thing on the top is blocking me from doing stuff big time now. Oh, okay. See, I don't stream enough to know. Wait, where's the planet gone? That's a new one. That's a new glitch big time right there because a planet's never disappeared. But we'll talk about everything. Let me just get to the right location really quickly first. Let's sort some bodily problems out. House stream early today. Well, I figured that at 1 o'clock, quite a few people can turn up, and since a lot of the American audience doesn't really turn up to the streams anymore, there's no point doing it at 6 o'clock or 8 o'clock because at those times that's when the Americans or the Indonesians tend to appear. So just gonna do it at 1 o'clock. But it just depends on it. Like if I'm also working or whatever, then that's obviously a good thing too. That's another thing too that will obviously change my times. But it is the weekend, so regardless, I could probably do it this time anyways. So obviously, as you can see, in this type of survival game, you can have a shower, you can have a poop, all these things. Now, Life After does this, but in Life After, it's more of a like a gimmicky system where you can just do it. It doesn't really do anything. Do you know what I mean? Like the jacuzzi, I think you get in Life After, it just heals you faster, even though there's plenty of other things that will just heal you. But in this, if you're not clean and you're shot, you get infected because your clothes or whatever's dirty, and then whatever your dirty clothes go into your bloodstream because you're shot there or something like that. That's supposed to be the realism to it, yeah. And yes, if that happens, your HP goes down considerably. Like when you're hit and you lose HP, your HP just drops fast. It's ridiculous. So it's quite cool. The toilet thing, um, it's fine. All toilet thing is if you need to poop or pee, then what it is that when you need to, you can't jump. That's it. You can't jump and you can't sprint. Basically, at the moment in the alpha, because this is an alpha, that's okay to be honest. It's awkward to it's inconvenient not to jump, and the sprint just slows down your farming. But if there's a scenario when you're running away from something, or if there's a cinematic bit or a special bossing where you have to run, I can see where that would be a problem. If you're on many different planets and you got things where you just can't kill it because it's like swarms of insects, for example, and you can do is outrun them, then that's when it's going to be a problem. Do you know what I mean? So hopefully we'll see more of that type of stuff, but I'll talk about that type of stuff later. Obviously, sleeping is probably the most biggest stat effect in this game because if you don't sleep and you pass out, to be honest, I should have just showed you what happens, but I'm resting now, so you probably won't see it because did my headphones just run out? Oh, I haven't had my headphones connected this whole time, so I'm just wearing this for no reason. So what I'm not gonna do is I'm not gonna connect them now because if I connect them, what's gonna happen is it's gonna mess up the sound of it. I've got to do it beforehand, basically. So we're gonna have to do this the old school way, it seems. All right, so yeah, so sleep literally makes you fall to the floor. So if you're on combat and you've just forgotten about your sleep bar, you just pass out on the floor, and you're on the floor for about a minute or two. If you're on a boss fight or a minion fight where there's loads of minions, that can kill you. So I kind of like the sleeping thing. It is pretty cool. I'm yet to experience that in any other survival games. So that's pretty dope. Then you've got the hunger one. Now the hunger, it's supposed to just affect your healing. So if you're hurt and you need to heal yourself, it's supposed to reduce the healing because you're hungry. Like it's supposed to be low blood sugar or something like that. That's okay. It's the first time in the game where I've been hungry and not eating food for ages and it doesn't kill you. So there's no way to die in the game by just standing still. There's no stat effect that just kills you for standing if you just go AFK. You can't die, right? The only thing that will kill you is minions and other things. So that's interesting. You don't have to feed yourself, and it's not really a big stat effect. You just basically don't go into battle with, an empty stomach. And they're the four main stats effects I know about in this game so far and how they work. If you fill them all up to maximum, they give you increased HP, shield regeneration, all this useful stuff in there, like run faster, all these things. If you do go in like with full stats of all four of them. I'm just gonna see you guys' message really quickly. Hey, e-girl trap. Hey, your usual streaming time is like 11 p.m. for me. Knew to run to the toilet. I can do. So this is another unique thing as well, which is really cool. Right, so you got like different type of personality styles. So I'm in basic right now, but if I go into arrogant, obviously my pose changes, which is pretty cool. Can I zoom in? Will it let me? No, it won't let me zoom in. But so yeah, that's my pose now all of a sudden, which is kind of cool again. And another thing you don't see very often. Obviously, when I walk now, this is how I walk, which is quite hilarious. The only thing it doesn't, and obviously that's my jog, which is again it's quite hilarious. The only thing it doesn't change is your sprint. When you go into sprint, that stays the same for default for all of them. So if they can do something for sprint, that'd be cool. And then the thing that you mentioned, which is the Naruto thing. So my pose now becomes ninja-like. And then when I jog, this is my jog animation, which is awesome. So there's the Naruto rod. Now I just need the Naruto music. That would be awesome. So yeah, it's pretty cool. And obviously again, like I said, the sprint's always going to be default there. But if there's a cool sprint they can add for that posture thing, then that'd be awesome. And obviously this is the walk as well. The walk animation's different too. It's kind of more stealthy, which is cool. Um so yeah, there's that. Obviously you've got animations where you blow kisses and all that. There's loads of those. Stuff to kind of expect. Some of them are really cool, but I'm not going to go through all of them because there's quite a few. There's an interaction thing, which if you've played Life After, you're not. It's not surprising. There's a hell of a lot of dances in this. Again, I'm not going to go through all of them, but they are all pretty, really, really good. And if you get them all for free, that's pretty dope because most games tend to make you buy them. But this is an alpha, so there was no pay to win options in this or anything like that. So we have no idea how they're going to monetize it. They had to shut down the entry for the emails of joining the game like 3 or 4 days in. So for like 2, 3 weeks or whatever, like no one of the players could join. So if any other players got bored or stuck or angry for whatever reason, the numbers of the whole game would just drop because like in my planet, for example, there's just like I think no one on. Um, so yeah, so that's just a few of the things. Right. So what I wanted to do at the beginning of the stream, to be honest, which obviously might be a bit too late now. It's like 10 minutes in, which is crazy. But if you still happen to be watching this And this is what the information you want to know. Here it is. The things best to know before you play this game, especially if it comes back. This isn't alpha, not even a beta, so it's even earlier, and things are definitely going to possibly change. But if it doesn't, or something stays similar, which most highly likely, because it will take them too long to change everything, too long. So I'm pretty confident this is going to be the same thing. Your number one thing to do when you come into the game is research. Do the research, follow it all the way through, and do it. The reason why I didn't get to the final stage is because of research. I got to the moon, which I'm going to show you guys in a bit what the moon is, which is pretty cool. But and I've got a video for it coming out properly later, anyways. But yeah, do the research. You don't want to fall behind in this. If you fall behind in this, it stops you from experiencing some stuff. It really, really does. Because I'm 2 stages like behind everything, which is a crap. Like if I really wanted to, maybe I could get through maybe one more age today and maybe get to like the final bit, but it's not worth the effort for everything that's going to be erased. So do your research 100%. Just follow it. The game will walk you through it. And if you can't get to next research because of your level, then you're doing it right. If you are higher level than your research, you're doing it wrong. That's the number one thing to focus on. Second top tip if you're playing this game for the first time is when you build your house the biggest it can go. You don't have to fill up the squares, just do a giant square because later on you need to make a thing called a rocket, basically, which let's go ahead and just teleport to that now, just to show you what that is. So there's this humongous thing that you make, and it takes 3 days to make it. I think you can get it done in a day or half a day if you well in advance and you're thinking about things hell of ahead of time. Then you can definitely do it, but you can't really do it like if it's your first time or whatever and you don't know what to expect. It's gonna take you 3 days because it's just so many odd and awkward items. It's ridiculous. So my advice is make your base as big as possible. Just get it done. Be next to stone or whatever material helps you make your base, and just maximize build it. Just do it because then later on you'll thank yourself because you don't want to be in a situation where you can't build something because you lack the space. This game does let you build really, really high, and I mean really, really high and really, really far without any kind of level requirements. You can build basically a mansion or a hotel on a single day if you really wanted to do that. If you're just that type of house building type of person. So this is the base I have in the desert. I'm just gonna try and get a good view of it. There used to be like a second rocket over there, but me and my clan or team we destroyed theirs because they basically betrayed us. But that's another story for another time. Okay, so this is the rocket thing that you have to build, and you cannot build this because it takes a stupid amount of space. So if you made a small base, it's just going to be a pain in the ass. So my advice is just you build it as far as long as possible until it reaches the other end, and that's it basically. Like that's how you do it. Wish I could explain more, but there's so much I need to tell you and get through. This is all I can say about it at the moment, and this takes 3 days. This is literally like building a rocket. Another thing as well is the rocket only takes 2 people. If the devs happen to be watching this, devs, you need to change it to 4 because either make it clear that only 2 people can ride it from the get-go. Don't let people find out and be surprised at the end that when they've made it and everyone's pitched in that only 2 people can ride it because that's going to break up friendships. That's going to make people quit the game. There are numerous things. Just let 4 people ride it. Okay, that's a standard team. There's a party team right there. Just do that. Uh, okay, cool. So we talked about research. We've done this. All right. So perfect location. Okay. Right. For some reason the map's not working. I'm gonna come out the game and hope I can fix the map because the map's just like legit not working. Like it needs to show so I can show you the best place when you first play the game where to land. They again may change this, but personally, in my eyes, this is the best location to start the game. Period. because you have all the items you ever need really fast in close proximity, so you can grow fast. Because when the game comes out properly, that's going to be stupidly important. Really, really important. The quicker you get there, the better. Because PvP is going to be violent in this. Like, it's going to be like interstellar war type thing, which is going to be cool. But we're going to talk about that in a minute. Again, this game has crazy potential, man. Is the game closing? Yeah, so I always do a stream in alphas or betas when it's closing. I don't know if it's closing today or tomorrow. That's my issue. So I'm doing a stream today, and if it's still around tomorrow and I find out the exact time it closes down, then obviously we'll do a thing where that the final hour, final 30 minutes, where it's gonna close down type thing. We'll do that. Okay, so we're here. Hopefully the map works now. Yay, we got the globe back. So this bit, if you can take a screenshot or information if you're interested in playing this game, this area, personally, out of all the areas I've been, I've not been everywhere, but this is definitely one of the best areas I've been that has everything. It has everything but titanium and some other higher iridium and stuff like that. If you go to Mars, which is the fourth planet, which I didn't get to, I only got to the moon, sadly. But there's like another planet which I wish I could see. Then yeah, then the snow place will probably end up being the best place for other things because you won't need what this is here. But this area has crude oil, copper, iron, aluminium, coal, uh pretty much all the main stuff. Okay, stone as well. Even has a stone load there, and you'd think that wouldn't be useful, but that is actually really useful for making the rocket base because when you're in the desert, you can't make a base out of sand. You have to make it out of soil or concrete, and if you're in the desert, you can't do that. So stone helps there. Okay, past that, we're gonna go ahead and go to the moon. Actually, we'll teleport to the moon because that's definitely way better than. Actually, no, because I want you guys to experience the animation. Actually, so we're gonna go ahead and land on the moon. The animation for landing is pretty awesome. Uh, where is? There we go. We'll go here because I think there's a thingy there. Oh, so yeah. Whoops. What game are you gonna play next? People have been telling me to beta Craft Survival, but I have real life stuff to do first, so I probably won't do that for now. And if I can't do it pretty much straight away, then it's probably also too late to do it. So I don't know right now. To be honest, I would like to only play these type of games. I don't really want to go back and play Craft Survival, Frostborn, those type of games because they're like bird's eye type view stuff. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like in survival games, this is the level we should be getting at now. Do you know what I mean? This is the level we should just be playing at in general. So it's just a personal feeling that I have. But yeah, this is dope, man. Look at that. That's awesome. The animation of landing is way better on the moon than it is when you're landing on a planet. So just the way the camera angle and stuff works. You know what I mean? I did not land on a flat surface there at all. And then it forces me to wear a spacesuit because I'm in the thingy, and obviously it's low gravity, which is awesome. The moon is cool, and that's why I'm upset that I didn't. And I look at this, man. Look at this madness. Is the planet is spinning, or bro? I swear space was just moving then. All right, it moves when I run, which I don't know if that's supposed to be legit. And then this is my place on the moon. But yeah, man, the moon is really, really cool. There's only a few things I need to do on the moon, which I'm gonna try record today. But it really comes down to if my teammates on today. So we got this guy, which is AJ, but I don't think AJ's on the moon yet. But yeah, no, the moon is cool. It's very empty, but I feel like the moon's supposed to be empty anyways. What's supposed to be on it? A few bases on here, which there is, but otherwise, yeah, it is cool. It is cool. I just wish I could see the final planet, and normally I'd be the man to do that. But this game does require some co-op backup to get to certain places, unless you really just grasp the game really early and quickly. Then maybe. Because I've seen some crazy solo people, so maybe. But you get to the moon about level 20 though. Level 30 is probably the final bit. Can you also tell me how to install the game you're going to play next ahead of time next time I try to join you? Okay, so if I do try a new game, I guess I can do that thing of like how to download or whatever. I can start doing that as a thing. I can give that a try. It's a good idea, Ryan. So I don't see why not. It sounds like a good idea. So yeah, you need to get to the moon because if you don't get to the moon, you can't do certain research. Again, research is the most important thing. So do it. Then there's this other thing where there's like puzzles. So if you've played Genshin Impact, it's sort of similar, but it's not. Actually, it's more like Breath of the Wild, where you find these little altars around wherever the place is, and there's literally just no clue. No clue at all. Like you'll look at it and you've just got to work it out. Like you're just like sort of puzzles of just like, and that's what puzzles are, right? But for me, I'll see a puzzle, I'll get what they want me to do, and it's challenging in a different way. I know how to get like I need to get to the answer, but I know how I'm supposed to get to it. But with these puzzles, I don't get what the hell's happening. So I don't even know how to think of what to do. So I'm just like, normally you'll get 4 torches and you'll be like, okay, yeah, light that up. You get some buckets, yeah, maybe put some water in it, do you know what I mean? And do something with it. In this, you'll get a ruined and you just like, what is it? What am I supposed to do? So yeah. And this is my first infinite loading glitch. So either Queen's accidentally joined the Wi-Fi by accident or it's all gone downhill. But this has never happened. So we're gonna shut this out. That's actually never happened. But let's talk right. Since that's happened, let's talk about the bugs. This game has the most pure potential out of all the survival games I've ever played, period. Right? It's awesome. It is really, really awesome. Like if them what's that old YouTuber's name? He probably started still YouTube. I think it's called Space. No, it's called Star Snipe. His game that he's always wanted to play, yeah, is a space survival game. Like he's been waiting for it for mobile, anyways. I think he plays on other things, anyways. But if he could play on a mobile, this is the game he would love, 100%. But at the moment, when his alpha's finished, it's gonna take a while for it to come back because the bugs for this game is legendary. Is legendary. Infinite loading happens to me. Puzzles on the moon. Got to get there manually. Oh, okay, interesting. Okay, I didn't know that. But all right. So let's go through the bugs. Obviously, this is also for the devs. Hopefully, they watch this. One bug is activated at random when you are flying or driving. I've had team members or clan members happen when they're just walking as well, just standing still, and it's rare when that happens, but it does apparently. But I've only had the flying and driving one where you just fly into space. And normally that it was funny a few times when it happened because I thought it was hilarious. I didn't care. I was like, it's an alpha. I'm expecting it. But I can't test an alpha if I collect 600 coal, 600 titanium, something really rare that takes 2-3 hours to mine, and that happens to you. So that's why I think a lot of people in the alpha kind of stopped playing because they must have had this happen to them because it was a glitch or a bug that was too easy to happen. That's just one of them. I'm not gonna go too much in detail of that because yeah, that's the thing in it. I'm gonna run on the moon automatically for a bit because I kind of want to show the boss, the last boss on the moon. Well, last boss for us because we can't see the Mars one because I don't know any player that's got to Mars. Like, I think they have, but they're not YouTubers, so they don't show it. Oh, so here's the puzzle thing I was talking about though. So that's one of the bugs. That was the most deadliest and the worst bug ever. One of the bugs was you would just get stuck in things or you'd go underground, which is kind of similar to the space one. Your bench wouldn't work. So if you wanted to repair your weapons or make anything, and I mean absolutely anything, it just wouldn't detect the materials in your space or your storage. And I think this is because the storage would separate it, but Again, I'm going to go into more detail why I think the bugs happened and why it happened to help the devs a bit in another video or another thing, because it's quite convoluted and awkward to explain, and there's loads of things to talk about in this stream. This is my review of this game with it. But yeah, so this is what I meant about the puzzles, just really quickly since we're here. This puzzle, yeah, I can see that it looks like it's like a maze or it needs to be connecting something, right? But I have no clue whatsoever how to solve this. It doesn't get like the things over there. That's what you get as a reward when you've done it. But you got like, let me just go over there and click it. Maybe it'll start something. No, see, like obviously this is the clue of I need to do something with this strange spear thing, yeah. But this doesn't tell me how and what to do. Do you know what I mean? So for hardcore gamers, this is fine, right? This is what we're supposed to do to figure it out. Which I can't see now. Maybe put my brightness up. It's too dark. There we go. That's better. So yeah, it's like, bruh, what am I supposed to do? Like, I guess you throw it in here, but see what I mean? It's just like for basically for maybe later on you can have puzzles where they give you a clue, but I think when newcomers come in and they're not used to puzzles or they hate puzzles, give them a clue, give them something, give them a hint. Do you know what I mean? Because it's just it will send them insane, and you need to do these puzzles to give yourself permanent stats up, and just it is useful stuff that this if you solve these you should do them. But in betas or alphas, it didn't matter to skip them. Like everything else was pretty easy to fight and to win against, and it well much easier. I never seen that one before. Neither have I. But that's what's really cool because you'll find puzzles that are just they're supposed to be alien. You're on a different planet, and this is why this game has so much potential because you're literally you haven't got an island like in every other survival game where it's just a country, an island to explore. You legit 100% have the planet from the get go. Even in the alpha, there is no oh you can't go over here yet because it's not ready. They've just given you a planet, but what I would like and what would be even more awesome is if each individual planet was randomly generated. So even though my planet had this and that on it, if I went to another Apollo, which you can do, it'd be different. Do you know what I mean? It'd be differently arranged. It'd be different. Maybe there'd be no water in it or anything. That'd be awesome. Do you know what I mean? There'd be other reasons to go to other planets for different reasons. Maybe there's one planet where there's just too many buses and there's just loads of them or they team up. That would be cool. Just wonder if I can come out and just show how to do that. Back to lobby. There we go. Because if you want to go to a different planet, you go to like this, and then you can basically choose any of the Apollos, and it looks like the Apollos just have the same setup. Really, they just called a different number, and then you just so this is a different planet now. Whoops, that I'm on. Yep. Take off. So this is Apollo 24 with no one on. I should have went to one with people on it. This is a cool animation though. So going over to somewhere. But I just don't think the different Apollos are special. I think this is only to get to like let's say if your players I mean your friend loads into a different planet because the server's full as hell. I think that's what all this is. So yeah, so this is a different planet now. You're currently not a main guys in and cannot construct any buildings. That's fine. So it looks literally like the same planet, pretty much. There's that sand bit that connects to the Earth thingy, and then that means there's snow up there. There is, but it's not the one I remember. I'm just kind of confirming for myself if it is exactly the same. It looks a bit different. I can't find the green that meets the sand that also meets the ice, unless it's this. It could be that. No, it could be different. I could it could legit be different actually. I'm gonna have to take it back. Because I can only see one bit it connects. So if I go back to mine now. Maybe not. You try the pole going up and down. Must be something with that. Yeah, like see that's another thing though. Like for a video or stream, like if I had more time, I'd proper work that out and chill with you and stream and do all of that. But my mission today is just to review it, talk about it, and just show you guys a few cool stuff. So you can see the animation is not as cool as the moon one. You see, it's much slower and it's much more like it's okay still, but I prefer the moon landing even better. The animation is just awesome. It's just cool. And as you see, I'm in my different clothes because it's a breathable atmosphere. So, you know what? I think I might be wrong. I think the Apollos are actually different. They're just very subtly different, but they are different. Because I span around the planet and I couldn't see any bits where there's a sand meets the earth. There was only one bit. And on my one, I believe, I'm going to go back to my planet now. So we're going to look for the same thing on my planet, and you'll see is my one connects with snow a little bit. So that's interesting. So maybe they did do what I thought they did. But this is what I mean. The game has so much potential. The only thing I couldn't review, sadly, is the PvP because they've done the PvP where it's timed a specific time. Now, if the PvP is the way I think it is, where you can just attack someone's clan planet, because you get that as a planet as well. So the people getting their own homes and their own space to build. Like even now, you get your space to build here, and you can build anywhere, like Rust. So it is a bit like Rust as well, the space game. With this, when you get a clan base, you don't get a clan castle or a clan whatever. You get a whole entire planet, and it actually is a planet because the building limit is only connected to planets. So when you go to the moon shares the building space basically. So you can only build three bases, or I can only build three bases at the moment. So if I build three bases all on this planet, I can't build one on the moon because it still connects. But I can build three on the clan base because it's also a separate planet, and that's amazing. So I just feel like you get a lot of just value in general. So how am I gonna get back there to show you guys that? Actually, wait, I'm supposed to be showing you this planet thing first. So there you go. You see, there you go. So we got all right. So the desert and the snow connects, and then there's a bit where there we go. See the sand and this connects, and then snow up there. And if you look around the planet, there isn't a similarity to the desert connecting to the thingy. Oh, here it is. This is the bit, isn't it? No, that's different. Yeah, that's different because it was on the top right. So that's not it. So unless it was that bit. I don't know. I will check this out later. So your question was, what was your question? Just a question, brother. Are you into shooting games like COD, Battlefield, Apex, and PUBG? Yes, I've played them. Definitely on my channel. Obviously, I had like 600 videos. You wouldn't have seen them. But yeah, I even have a next level edited one. What Queen are trying it, which is my partner in real life. She edits it. A Call of Duty one. But personally, what happens is on my channel, what has happened is it's gone really well for survival games, and that's what I've tended to stuck to because every time I did PUBG or Call of Duty, it just didn't do well on the channel at all. That was the problem. So I stopped playing them. So that's the answer to that. Hey King, long time no see. How you doing, bro? Mad Macca, bro. I'm good, bro. I'm just doing a quick review on this new alpha. As you can see, we have made this beautiful rocket thing, and it looks beautiful. It's gonna be sad to see it go in 1 day's time or today. I don't know when it ends, but the animation for launching this rocket ship and going to the moon is amazing. It's so satisfying. It's so cool, so damn cool. I've just not seen a game do it before. So mobile games are coming a long way, man. They're coming a very long way. So like my master review for this game in total or in general. Wait, obstacles. The hell? There's no obstacles, man. There we go. So like my review for this at the moment is it's an amazing game. It has crazy potential. Like this game out of all survival games so far, it definitely has the most potential out of all of them. It just does a lot of things. So let's talk about its positives. Its positives is you're not only getting a sandbox, you're getting a whole entire planet. So every time you you go somewhere, you've got a planet-sized thing to do, and that's ultimately as much space you can be given in any kind of survival open world game. Like Breath of the Wild, yes, you get like a big space. Skyrim, a big space, but nothing beats a planet. All right. When they say open world, really and truly, open world should mean the world, the planet. So we be getting scammed, guys. Very scammed for a long time. They shouldn't really use that word unless it's. And then the funny enough is this game says sandbox. It's really hilarious because it doesn't say open world. It says sandbox. I'm just like, but bruh, you're giving people what they effectively they want. So yeah, there's that as a positive. So you get a moon, you get another planet which is Mars, and you got like a progression where you're going to a different planet. Second positive is obviously the skins being free and how you get them, and they all kind of good. You can customize them as well. So even though I've got this type of look on, I can dye anything I'm wearing and put it in a different color. You can also be not just human in this. You can be half machine, half human. You can be full machine. You can be full alien. You can be half alien, half human. This isn't a customization in the first video, so if you haven't seen that, go check that out. So that's kind of cool that you can be, something else than that. Bit sad that no black person was an option. Kind of should be a default. I don't like that. Like, I don't mind white people, okay? Like, I have Caucasian friends, okay? I have Indian friends, okay? But just look at Queen and be like, I like you. But it should just be just why is white always the default? Like, come on, man. Like, black people default too, man. Like, it takes if you can do brown hair, just change that brown hair, put it on the skin, good enough. All right, do you know what I mean? Then obviously work on it. I just that annoys me. But I'm supposed to be talking about positives, but I accidentally went into negatives there. I do like the scale of the buildings and the no limit on the building size. That's crazy. I think they'll change that later because I feel like the game will struggle. But that's a big positive that you can make your base from the very beginning as tall and as big as you want. So if you want to make an Empire State Building, you can. If you want to spend your time just building and making things look pretty, you can. So that's awesome. The sky and the 9 to 10 day ratio thing is pretty awesome as well. The graphics as well, like even getting that rainbow effect of just looking directly into the sun is pretty dope. Just the land in general is really cool. The system in terms of mining is cool. You've got little adverts that happen when you unlock new tools, which are hilarious. It's very Fallout. If you've ever played a game with Fallout on a console, I think it's Xbox is on. Is it they got adverts for new things? They do that in this. So you've got like a kind of awesome kind of corporate thing where they try to like they don't sell you the gun, they give you the gun, but tell you what they do it, and then it's stuff to experience when it re comes out. It is awesome. Whatever good things I've experienced. I like that you can get a car really quickly. It doesn't take much time to get a car. It takes a little bit more time to fly, but it also isn't too long to fly either. It's pretty simple. The customization for helicopters and cars is amazing because you can literally make it look really dumb and it shouldn't fly, and it does. It's a bit insane. I think I could show you a little bit of that really quickly, actually. If I can just, whoops, wrong option. So I can get out of here. So it'll take me 2 seconds to jump into that. So vehicles, there we go. So there's my helicopter, which still shouldn't really fly, but the helicopter I had before was definitely more silly. So I'll start with the car, quick drive around. They've also made it unique as well, or accurate with as well, where with the tires, you can actually pick which tires steer for you and which tires accelerate, or you can do both. So accelerate and steer, and then it's a four-wheel drive with more control. But then you can get more speed by putting accelerate on all of them, but only having two basically like control your car. And it's pretty cool. And again, you can make it look as weird and dodgy as possible. I think they will remove the thing that allows you to merge storage within the same space. I don't think that's their design or what they want to do. But yeah, better get out of here before I go into space because this is how it happens. And then you've got obviously the helicopter, which you can, whoops, if I can get. All right, so I've just rammed the car into there like that. So I probably should get that out. There we go. Whoops. The router run. Okay, and then run into that, and then obviously we can fly now. And you can literally design these. I've seen some really awesome helicopters and cars, and it's really, really awesome. You can also put like lasers and cannons on your vehicle, and you can attack with them. So I really want to test that, and hopefully I can get a video done before this server gets down, so I can show that off a little bit. But I do have the weaponry to put onto. I can put it onto the car, but I don't think I can put it on the helicopter. So I think I have to progress more in the research. But it's just really, really cool. Like as soon as you get the helicopter, you want to put storage on it because it just helps you to traverse the world quicker and get materials quicker. So if you do end up playing this, definitely get that sorted ASAP because it just helps. Um, what else? What other positives can I say? Because I do want to get started on the negatives because we are 41 minutes in. Bro, I made a fancy heli, but I can't fly due to weight. Oh, really? Okay, so that's a good thing Misha Sam said that. The game's realism is really dope as well because you put more seats on and more other things on it, it makes it heavier, which means the helicopter can't fly as high, which is clever because there are some places where you can't get certain materials because you have to be light. But if you're light, it means you carry less. And if you carry less, then you know, it's longer to get that rare resource or whatever you're getting. So it's very smart, very clever. I don't mind a game being realistic if it goes all the way. My problem's always been that they do it in awkward ways. They go half and half, and it's just more irritating. If you're gonna tell us this is gonna be fully realism, then fine, go 100% and do what you're gonna do. But if you're gonna go silly and mystical, then go silly and mystical. Pick a side. Don't do both. It's annoying. But that's just for the devs there anyways. But so yeah, it's really, really cool. Obviously, bigger tires allow you to drive over stuff, and I think you can go faster as well because these are the biggest tires you can make at the moment. There's just so much to talk about this game. I can't really think of much. The buffing system's really cool. There's too much damn food, but most of the food just feeds you. It doesn't do anything. Only the mushrooms seem to do anything at the moment. So I'm hoping they make the food more flexible, or you can combine stuff differently, or I don't know. It was weird. Like you can combine it, but when you made that food, it still only just fed you. It didn't give you more HP or more defense or whatever. So I think they've got a stupid amount of food. Like I think it's gone like a good 2K different types of food is a lot. But yeah, it's just yeah. I'm trying to sound the positives. It's tricky. It's tricky. The guns are amazing. The guns are crazy unique. There were so many different guns. The guns are awesome. They're flipping awesome. If I had time to show them off, I would. But these are just a few of them. This is like obviously let me shoot something. This is this is a sticky shotgun. So it sticks on there, does a little bit damage, like 10 damage. But when they blow up like that, yeah, it does stupid amount of damage. In PvP, that's gonna be OP as hell. To be honest, the guns we have at the moment are too OP for PvP. This is why I really wanted to test it because this gun on its own is OP. But the elemental system, which is another good thing, is really cool because if you got a shield, if you use a shotgun, it destroys shield. But then if it's normal health, it does nothing to health, which is interesting. So what you want to do to health is you use fire because fire, what it says in the game, is it reacts to flesh. So if you do fire, then you do a considerable amount of damage. But you can't do fire straight away because it does fire does nothing to shields. So you see what I mean? So it's awesome. And it puts a bit of a twist on combat. Corrosive is for armor, so I am wearing armor, but I don't know how that would work in PvP because in PvE, there's like an armored health bar, and that's when you use the green corrosive gun to take that down faster. Otherwise, it's you just don't win. It takes forever. And then, like I said, fire does normal red HP bar, but then you've got two other elements after that. You've got a purple one, which all it does is effectively, in layman's terms, and that looks beautiful, by the way. The grenades awesome, unique, and also really cool too. By the way, grenades are cool, but yeah, this just lowers basically your defense, and you do much. It does damage itself. It does its own unique damage, but it also Yeah, just lowest defense. So anything that you're hitting. So if you're doing 200, you're doing 400 basically. It's cool. And then you have one other element, which is Frost, which slows down bosses but freezes minions solid, which can be OP because if they can't move or do anything, then you just kill them, innit? So it'd be good against like something where you've got waves of enemies and you need to keep them there or you need to distract them or some type of teamwork thing, but ideally it doesn't work very well. But you also got what it also does as well is it does freeze burn, so it's like fire a bit, but it does like a burning damage effect as well. Ice also does that. So ice is quite an OP gun because it takes over for fire a little bit. So I think again in PvP it's probably really helpful. But yeah, the guns are just really unique, man. Like I wish I had more time, but we got a lot to get through. Like the taser thing's really cool too, but I don't think you'll see the taser thing works. I've got nothing to attack. But what those things will do is it'll do multiple lightning things and it will hit. And then I can stack it by doing normal machine gun fire. It's just it's just really cool. Trust me. The guns are amazing. I hope I get time to show you guys the guns. Okay, so obviously mining and stuff like that is cool. You got one tool. It isn't about getting a pickaxe. Also, you just do this and then it just turns into ore. You can do it on the sand, on the floor. Like, I guess the good thing is you don't have to use different tools for different things. You just upgrade it and then it allows you to get something else. The laser rifle's so good, man. Does like 200, 900 per bullet. I couldn't get the laser, and we had this wish system where it tells me to use a laser gun, but it never dropped. You need to tell me where to get that later, or just put it in there and I'll read it at some point where to get the laser gun. Because I've not dropped. I feel like I've got every gun, but that one gun you mentioned. Hey, bro. Hey, man. Welcome to the stream, man. Okay, so all right, let's get started on negative stuff because I think we've got what 14 minutes left, and I'm trying my best to cover everything in this review. Okay, oh that's sunset though. It's really distracted. Right. So what is it? Sunset, yeah. No, see, sunset's distracted me fully. All right, negatives. Negatives. This is the most buggiest alpha I've ever played. I played mostly betas, fair enough, and betas are supposed to be a bit more done. But this is the buggiest game I've ever played, and it is tested me. There've been times when I've donated to the clan funds thing, and my contribution didn't count. There's been times when I've donated to the clan thing, and my contribution points have built up, and then they've just disappeared. I've done like 6K contributions, just gone, and it happens every time I log out. It just goes. That was soldier right. So I could never make use of any of the awesome bonuses the clan would give because they just disappear straight away. Obviously thrown into space, pretty much probably the number one most famous thing because you'd lose all your resources. If you had it in your vehicle, it was gone. The wish system, like I'm supposed to be able to change these, and for some reason it doesn't change. And I've got all this bonus experience I can't use. It doesn't matter now because I'm max level. Obviously, got the NPC friend system that was fine. That's a positive actually. I'm not going to go into that. There was nothing wrong with that. Um, the changing night to day system, as cool as it is, sometimes it'd be really dodgy. Sometimes it make it really dark, and all the color scheme would go off. The loading was really bad as well. So I could be moving in a helicopter or doing something, and I'd go into a rock because it went there, or I'd go into my own base actually because this would load too slowly, and I'd end up inside that somehow, and I would crash, and then I'd lose all my stuff again. So the loading was an issue as well. It was pretty bad. Like to be honest, this was a testing alpha. Like I'm very pretty sure a lot of people didn't stick around after a first few weeks because it just happened consistently. The support from the devs, as much as we got a reply and it was called in, Vera was amazing. She was cool. Um, Nothing really got fixed. Nothing really got sorted. Like the most infamous glitch is still around where you get thrown into space. They even mentioned they fixed it, and it wasn't. So yeah, just being honest. Not trying to cause wars, but that's just what happened. Um, God, it was just so much. Like the base building is where you couldn't make stuff. That wouldn't happen. Things would go missing in your base for whatever reason. Your vehicles would reset. So you could put a 1,000 space on this vehicle, which has got it now, yeah. and then I'd take it from Penrose and bring it here, and it would just default to some old vehicle I made like 10 years ago. Do you know what I mean? With like 100 space, and all the materials that I used to make it would just be gone. It'd just be absolutely gone. So there's this beta has been rough. Or this alpha, sorry, has been rough. The vehicle reset, yeah. See, even you're laughing about it. You've experienced it. You like a lot of people have had their just emotions just flipped about. I think I would have made it to Mars and seen the whole game and been able to show you guys everything if I wasn't stopped constantly by severe bugs and glitches. This game is the highest caliber of quality of bugs. It's I'm only mentioning a few of some of the main ones that people know have had, but there were so many, so many. One was another one. Your vehicle would just disappear, just randomly. And thankfully, when we were doing the climb, we figured out a way to get around it, how to fix it ourselves, because I was just like, I am not mining 1,000 antimatter again. We found a way to fix that, but that's another story another time. So, clan system. They have to change that. You can only kick out someone in the clan if they're being inactive or not helping if they have been gone for 7 days. It has to say they've been gone 7 days on here. Now, this is the deep thing about this. If someone decides to log on, so this person on the button called Bats Mana 1, yeah, if he's on 6 days, if he turns to 7, I can kick him. But if he turns up today for like 10 minutes and then logs back off, it's reset. Do you know what I mean? If he comes up for 10 minutes or even one or whatever, that resets. And then I have to wait another 7 days to kick him. And if he doesn't come on again for ages, he's just taking a space. And devs, you should let us decide how we want to do it. If we want to put a 7 day thing up, then let us decide that. Because if people are going to be inactive and it's going to be like this, managers, guild clan masters, or whatever, they got to do something about it. Because otherwise, people making contributions, yeah, it's just going to be a long road for them. Because it just means you've got 3 people just doing it. 3 people. And the amount you ask is obviously a 20-person job. Do you know what I mean? Even more so. So that has to change 100%. That's awful. It's gonna be like I'm totally an active player. Do you know what I mean? Like it's horrible. Because we have people that are wanting to join, like, oh yeah, I want to join, I want to help. Oh man, this sounds awesome. Let's do some PvP. We can't do any of that simply because, yeah, simply because we just can't. Yeah, because can't kick anyone out. The clan's full, and you're just stuck. So you're stuck all doing. You could be in a full clan, everyone's inactive, and you're the only one in there, and you're just stuck in there, and you don't want to reset the points or nothing. But the only way to make the clan grow now is you've got to do like the Gaxies solo. Like, change it, please. Like, I've talked about it enough. Like, devs have to change that because that was super bad, super bad. So yeah, Uh, so yeah, I got quite a few negatives for it as well. Other than that, though, that's it really. I think people need help. I think Queen a few times did say like she would like help in different ways because she was trying to enjoy and play the game, but she didn't understand how things worked or the tutorial wasn't helpful enough for her. Now, for me, it's different because I have experience in a lot of survival games
And the
in
writing's
general.
tiny, so you can't see anything.
Oh, there you go. Queen says the writing's too tiny as well, apparently. I didn't think the writing was too tiny.
It tells you to make something. You've got like a little, tiny little image. You have to figure out what that is, and then you have to like put your phone like this close to your face to read what it says.
Okay, there you go. That's a review from someone else that's not that much gamer, but still is. So she obviously had major issues with that. So the tutorial needs work. Icons need to be bigger, apparently. Yeah, that's a problem in it. It is. It's an amazing game. Like after saying all these things, yeah, I can't overshadow. Like you can't. Please understand, like whoever watches this, the game is the most biggest mobile survival space game ever. Period. Period. No other survival game is doing this like this in this way with so many good ideas in this game happening. Like there's this, I can't go through all of it. It's too much. It's just too much, and I really want to. I would rather spend 4 hours talking about everything, walking through everything. I would just do it, but the channel wasn't doing well enough for me to do crazy ass streams and do all this nut stuff. So I'm just doing an hour review and talking about stuff and showing you a few things. Like if this is even on, I'll show you PvP, but I got a feeling that this isn't even gonna activate. I'm gonna go up to it and it's gonna be like, you gotta be a certain time. Non-battle time, please. Gate not active. See, I've got to work out when 7 p.m. is because apparently 7 p.m. is when this happens or works. So yeah, but a lot of people are hoping this is not going to be paid to win. I don't see how they're going to make money without making it pay to win. Sadly, I just don't know. Unless they just make shortcuts where you can just get 1,000 iron or 1,000 titanium. You can farm it, but if you want to do it the quicker way, then you can just get given titanium for like 10, 20 quid or something. I can see how that's doable or whatever, and that's fine. I don't think that would be too much of a problem. I would just speed up people's progress, but the free to plays would still catch up. But I'm not gonna be here sitting here saying this is advice how to make it pay to win. It's for them to figure it out. We would like it not to be a pay to win gap where someone can just buy power, because then you're not gonna. There's no point getting involved in the PvP. Just take your time, enjoy. If it's like Life After, for example, just take your time, enjoy it, experience for what it is in PvE, whatever, do whatever. Because you're never going to be as powerful as those PvP people. I'm sorry. Even if you're super godly skilled in Life After and you're free to play, that wallet will kick your ass. It just will do. Okay? Simply put, because there isn't a Genshin thing where you get Primo Gems, which are pay to win currency, to help you even slightly somehow catch up. It doesn't exist in that game. So that's my issue with that. But yeah. I guess that's all my negative thing. There's probably billions of things. There's probably loads of things I've missed. But obviously we've got like 3 minutes of the stream left. So any questions or anything you guys want to ask or add on to it? Probably resource boxes like task rewards. Yeah, I think so too. Misha, for sure. I think so as well. I think that's exactly what it will probably be. Probably some cool flashy costumes or skins, maybe as well. That's a monetized thing. But for a game this big with servers and the way it is, this game needs to make money kind of like Genshin, like because Genshin makes a stupid amount of money, right? It's ridiculous. They're ridiculously successful, Mahayo or Hayo verse. If they, I think they've changed their name now. So because we got final minutes left, I'm just trying to think of ways where they could monetize it greatly and still be, still be all right. Because these servers are going to be expensive, man. They're giving people planets, and it's really big. It's way bigger compared to the other games, is what I'm saying here. So bigger the game, I'm assuming stronger the server needs to be. I know they've gone for this graphic style to make it easier to load, which is a good idea, good move. But yeah. Oh, there's one more negative thing I nearly forgot. The combat system needs work as well. It's too rigid. It's too like, yeah, but you can't roll or dodge. The minions shoot you in the like 100% accuracy type thing. The only time to get past them is by going cover. The cover is inconsistent sometimes because sometimes they can shoot through the wall, sometimes they can't. We can't poke around the walls or shoot through or shoot over cover or something like that there, and we can't roll or dodge either too. So this is kind of the movement which is a bit lame. The movement for combat is lame. There's no melee combat. Not really. Like, yes, you can use this sickle, but this sickle is not for combat. You can attack with it, but it's not for killing it. It does too little damage. It's literally for just picking up crops instantly instead of it being longer. So yeah, combat needs what the guns are amazing. The particle effects, they look amazing. I wish I could show you them, but the combat system itself is too rigid. It's too like it needs to be more flexible. I need to be able to dodge. It needs to be more action RPG like. That's what we want for combat. That's what we need for it to pop off. But yeah, the combat's a bit uh it's a bit combat's terrible. Where can you get the sickle? That's another thing, bro. it's too much to add to tell you. Like it's gonna have to be in another video, another stream. Mate, hopefully, if the game's still running tomorrow, then we've got a last hour until the stream, until the server drops down. But for now, I can't explain where the kids are going. It's a long thing to say. It's the NPCs. The NPC gives it to you if you do stuff. It's one of the NPCs. That's all I can tell you. Uh, okay, I think that's it. Honestly, I think that's it. I hope this helps. Number of users has reached the limit, unable to place the problems. Oh, okay. So someone had a question about that. I was gonna do the video on that. But the thing is, you said benches, and there are so many different types of benches. What benches? That's why I didn't do a video. It's like, what benches are you talking about? Are you talking about the storage benches, the the benches that makes steel plates and copper pipes? Those that's research related. Okay, everything like that's research, but you go off not that research, you go onto the other research, which is upgrades. I believe you scroll down, and it's this. Okay, it's also people call benches as well, like home building limit as well. There's obviously this where you need GAC, which you need a clan base to get GAC, or I think you can get invited to a Penrose as well. But basically, you get GAC off the Penrose. You can't do that part without that, and then obviously aluminium. If you're not familiar with aluminium already, then yeah, and this is where you increase all of these things. If you can't make something, it's probably this, most possibly. And then this thing stops leveling up at 20. So once you at max level 20, effectively you should have all of this. And maybe if you have all of this, it'd be quicker to make the rocket, most possibly. But this is how you get your benches. I am changed the planet. This is a problem. So what you would do is when you change a planet, you need to make it your main planet. If you don't know what your main planet is, you need to go back to your main planet, delete your base off that main planet, so you're not using up your house limit or your bench limit, and start again. Either that or just go back to the planet you started to. Just go back to the same planet you started. The way to find out the planet you started to is settings. Let me go back to lobby. This should happen for your planet thing. If I press search, will it change or does it change? So it's on Penrose, that's why. It's on Penrose. So here you go. You got all the planets, yeah? And then you can kind of keep pressing search and it will keep changing like that. But if you want to know your main one, your main planet will have a star in it. It should show a star of your planet, like on the side and stuff, right? So yeah, and just go to your main planet and get all your stuff of it. Because even when I go there to another planet, and then you can set it as your main planet. When you do that, it should just lock into it. So if I go to here, there's 4 people on Apollo 3. Yeah? Interesting. Are they on the moon by any chance? They're not on the moon. Apollo 3, huh? 3 people. Some people still on the game. Cool. Let's go say hello. But yeah, like that's the only thing I can really say to you, man. You've just got to go to your main thing. Like a lot of new players, for some reason, which again the devs need to guide you guys properly. If you're new players, don't jump on new planets. Like they may be different, which is cool and all. Like I'm even looking at the difference of this one just to see. I wasn't slacking earlier and I didn't see it, but no, this planet is definitely different to mine. I can't see the similarities at all. Like it is similar, sorry, I take that back, but it's not the same. No, it's not the same. It's really, really not the same. So let's land by this person. But so yeah, don't change planets. And if you do change planets, you need to know what you're doing. Because otherwise, like you're saying, you can't build benches, you got a limit. And the game's buggy as well, so it doesn't happen. So even if I help you fix that problem, the bug might be stopping you. Because there's a thing with the bench where it stops you from making things at the moment. That's an actual problem, and there's nothing I can advise you if it's a game development problem. It's just nothing I can do about that. Unless they hire me and I do some coding, I'll be like, yeah, boys, coding boys. And then yeah, it's like putting like 10 suns in the sky and maybe giving the sun some turrets, and then if you're not indoors, it just kills you. See, if I made the game, it'd make it really evil, like, or if they let me make one planet with like whatever customization dangers on it, then I'd be like that planet would be inhabitable. But what it would be, yeah, what it would be is that it'd have rare resources on there, something worth going on it for. Do you know what I mean? So that's what it would do. Any more questions, guys, before I go? Because I haven't really had let you guys ask a lot of stuff. So I'm gonna let you guys ask some questions before I actually go. So are you cool now? You don't need me to do the video on it, right? Because if I've explained it just there, then obviously I can skip it. Innit? But if any of you guys got questions or anything like that, this is the time to ask. Literally anything.
Are there any glitches we can take advantage of?
I don't like to let people know about glitches to take advantage of because the devs frown upon it because it still counts as a form of cheating.
Mm.
But if you've been really hurt by the game, I'm also a firm believer of if the game is taking your personal time, your because obviously game testers is an actual job, right? And people get paid for that for good reason because because there's other things you need to look into. And effectively, we're game testers right now, and our satisfaction for doing that is getting to play the game and get to experience stuff. If that's taken away from us, they're effectively taking the money value off us, effectively, right? This is how I see it personally. So because if you've been hard done by and glitches have happened to you, then you deserve to know this. Then I think there's one thing I've noticed where there's a glitch I've noticed where when your vehicle, if you leave on Penrose and then you come over and then you teleport and then you lose all your thing in your vehicle, what you could do is, I believe, dismantle your vehicle first, get all the materials off it, do that glitch on purpose so it makes the van or whatever on purpose teleport to you as it is, and then you can just keep doing that and you'll give yourself infinite iron plates and copper plates effectively. Now, because this is an alpha and they need to fix the game anyways, and it's the final day, even if you misuse this or abuse it anyways, you're only getting iron plates and copper, which isn't gonna do much. The stuff that's gonna be more game breaking would be like titanium or whatever, but you would have to find something that the car needs titanium for so you can abuse it and then use those materials to make some. But again, you've only got one day of the beta left, so you ain't gonna be much to do this, and if the devs watch this, then they're probably gonna fix that. So that would be the only way that I've noticed you can abuse it. I haven't used it personally myself because it's very awkward to pull off. It's very like there's many steps, kind of not many steps. It's awkward, but it seems doable because it's happened to me by accident, but it's happened in a negative way because I've lost stuff. And I didn't do it because I wanted my items. I did it because I wanted my vehicle because I wanted to collect things. But just to avoid that glitch for the negative way of it, never have your vehicle out in Penrose. So see how my things are on Apollo right now, my cars and vehicles. I could recall it, but if I recall it, what will happen is I'll have a glitch that will just take away stuff from the car or whatever because it's on another planet for some reason. So don't do that. Just recall it on the same planet to be safe. That's the safest way to do it for now. But if you're trying to get extra materials, then mess about with it and you'll see that you'll get materials back. Okay, so that was Queen's glitch like advantage thing that she wanted to know. This game's released, bro, and how to open new account. Okay, so you can't make a new account because the devs have deliberately closed the Gmail or any new accounts joining this particular alpha. Okay, so it's just not possible. It's just not. And if it is, they're keeping it hush hush. When does the game release? This game has got so many bugs. I estimate a good 4 or 5 months before they do another beta. It depends. They could be like Square Enix, a really famous company for making Final Fantasy, and just ignore all of us and just bring it out as it is, just so they can get some money. Final Fantasy First Soldier, that's exactly what they did. And they have reputation, so it's weird that they did that. But that's another story for another day. I doubt they'll do that. I think it's just someone that was stupid and they got fired for it. So I think 6 months. It's going to be a while. It's going to disappear for a long time. This game's on the right route to making an amazing game. The only other game that has a chance of kind of countering it is Tomorrow Online Rules of Survival RPG, only because They are yet to show their secret ace card, and they're the only game that do a beta which allows you to still play and not lose your data, which is amazing. Because for some reason games don't do that nowadays, which is really annoying. It'd be nice to do it for this because I'd rather not start again. Um, so yeah, but I say 6 months, 4 months at best for a beta, maybe. It really depends on how big their team is and how quickly they work on it. That's it. Like, if I become a content creator and they tell me and I get info information, I'll let you guys know. But for right now, nothing. Absolutely nothing. But that's my estimate. So I just hope they change this game in the right way. Uh, I'll finish the stream now with this. The things they should add, they should still make the world more livelier. Like, there's farms where they're just empty. There should be things there. There should be literally like goblin bases where there's just loads of them chilling there, which there is, but just more livelier, more like life. It feels empty still a bit. More like weather effects. If the first planet's like this, fine. A moon, fine. But when we start getting to other planets, there needs to be weather things. Like low gravity was cool for moon, but where's the sandstorms? Where's the thunderstorm? Where's the rain falling in reverse? We're in space, interstellar space. We want to see some weird crap. On the first planet as well, there was no caves. Zero caves. Like, come on, the planet, they naturally make caves. Maybe I was just on an Apollo where caves don't exist, but maybe another planet has caves. I found zero caves. Caves are like amazing to explore, especially when they're well done. I would love to just go down deep and just see what mysteries are down there. Like exploration, like the exploration is cool, but there was zero caves or runes. There was no runes to explore either. Like, come on, give me some place with booby traps and all sorts. A place where four people can go in, team up, and kick some butts, some PVE action, and there's a boss. You know, at the end of the runes. Come on, man. Like that's the standard, but yeah, where was that? I want to see that in there. Guns are amazing. Guns. Problem is the sticky guns, sticky explosive guns are OP. Too OP. All the other guns are terrible except for one pistol, which is also cool. It's like a shotgun pistol with explosive ammo. It's awesome, but it's not sticky. That's the only exception. All the other guns, they look awesome, but they're terrible with damage. They do nothing. They kill minions maybe, but they're all crap except for sticky guns. The sticky guns are the only guns that do damage to bosses, it seems. That doesn't seem right. Unless you're gonna make them really stupidly rare and they're gonna be your best guns, I don't think the sticky guns should be that OP. I think that's my problem with. Oh, hey Misha, he's coming in the stream. Um, that's my problem. The sticky guns are too good. They're too good. So either balance the guns better, or make the sticky guns less OP, or I don't know. It just feels like the answer is sticky. And that shouldn't be how guns work. All guns should be good in certain situations or certain things, and it just seems to be like if you want to fight a boss, you need a sticky gun, and that's not how it should be. Uh, what else? I think that's it. Oh, and then finally, this game's got pretty much everything, but it doesn't have the interstellar travel. Maybe when we get to the fourth or fifth planet at level 50, we get to fly a small ship, do some starship shooting. Maybe have some Star Trek thing where we have our own bridge and we got our clan members on it, and then it's like a giant ship that shoots major lasers. It doesn't dodge very well, but it's like a big ass, pirate ship. You know what I mean? You sail through space doing things. Give us some interstellar space travel, man. The game. A mobile game has done that, but they haven't encompassed this survival and then connected it to it. If you know what I mean, they haven't merged it together. It's always a separate genre. So if they can pull that off, that's it. There's no other game. We're done. Then they can only just enhance and improve it after that. I'd even pay a monthly fee to play this game type thing if they want to bring that back because I know games don't do that. So yeah, that's it guys, right? So this stream has gone on too long. 14 minutes over now. So I hope you enjoy it. I hope this information is helpful. My top tips was research, do that at the beginning, follow that best you can, and get materials, have a team up, make a clan as soon as possible. Improve negatives, get rid of the bugs. Positives, amazing game, amazing style, rocket animation, great. Um, and just make a decision at the get go. If you're gonna go for PvP, go all in, go crazy. But if you want to just chill and play, then just chill and play. Take your time. That also works. All right, that's it. This is King of Trying It, always trying it. That is my review. I give this game or this alpha for now, because it's an alpha, 4 out of 10, just because of the sheer potential. Actually, I'll give it a five. I'll give it a five because of the sheer potential. Because if they change the thing and change it, it can only go up. It can only get better. Seriously. So, 5 out of 10. Amazing game. Keep it up, guys. See you in the next stream, guys. Bye.